Shalom, Shalom.
Legacy of Wisdom is a non-profit project building a vision of best practices for living and fulfilling life's potential. If I consciously choose a lifestyle for my elder years, what elements should I pay attention to?
Well, that's nice. I like this. Let's really, enter into that fantasy palace that we can imagine that will bring us a sense of well-being, worth, and excitement at this time of our lives. I read a book years ago called Dare to be 100, and it was an acronym for diet, attitude, recreation, and exercise. And it was a book that essentially said, there's no reason, and this book was written maybe 15 years ago, there's no reason why we can't imagine living to be 100. We don't have to imagine ourselves being sick. So I think that that's in terms of lifestyle, I think attitude is a tremendous thing. We have to first really face how do we feel about entering these years. Back to my earlier answer about the emes of it, the truth of it. I have no eagerness to go down that road because all I see is diminishment, loss, sickness, dying, being alone, death. I am a woman of spirit. Surely this cannot be what God had in mind. Surely I'm seeing this from a much too materialistic perspective. There is another story to be told here. So now I look in a very different way. At an earlier time, my people, I look at India, and I see there that the prior generation, the older generation, is venerated because there is a knowledge that they have that goes beyond teaching you how to put a horseshoe on a horse. Something that's really important about learning what this larger connection is that we are part of, that we only can get to at a certain time in our lives. A kid in India at 8 wants to be his grandfather when he grows up. We have no model for that for ourselves.
Any suggestions how to get that model going? Because that would certainly make things better.
Thank you for asking me that. I have this grand idea that I have no idea what to do with. And it really comes from Reb Zalman's book, From Aging to Saging, where he talks about spiritual eldering institutes. And I understand the market problem with this. You cannot get people my age, I'm going to be 65, to go to a place that's going to be, learn how to become old, learn how to grow up. It's like we're the generation that thought you didn't have to, if you didn't grow up, you weren't going to get old. And yet, it's just as you said, here we are living an amazingly long time, and we are clueless about how to live these years because we didn't even see our parents respect their parents. So we don't have any picture of how to really enter into the power of these years, into the surrender of these years. So we need places like Esalen for grown-ups. We need places where we gather, we harvest the tradition of many wisdom faiths and come to learn how in each of these traditions to come to our core truth individually and collectively. In all these realms that you're talking about, the physical, the emotional, the intellectual, it's, to me, the spiritual is the key piece. Spiritual eldering institutes, interfaith, come for a week, come for a month, like going to Pritikin, and really get to clean up your act and leave that place with an entirely different structure for your life when you go.
Okay, if I do the work to have that personal respect, how do I intergenerationally get the children and the grandchildren to recognize this respect?
I think that the most important thing is that we need to be mirrors for each other. Those of, it's like 12-step. that we understand who we are. When we really begin to reflect that in each other, then I think that a younger generation will begin to see that there's an energy here. There's a self-respect, there's purpose, there's mission, to use your language. Getting back to your earlier question, what is it going to look like on the ground in terms of lifestyle? Clearly we know that community is key in all levels of reality to our well-being. So, I can really envision co-housing experiments, places where there's high energy. There's a place here in Santa Fe called Rainbow Vision. And it's a new vision for aging. It's a gay lesbian senior residence, gay lesbian friendly senior residence, but 25% straight. They have jazz on Wednesday nights. So they bring in a whole different population into this place. They have an amazing kitchen, so people go there to eat. So it's not just an isolated place where you live. And furthermore, those people are being seen as resources in the community, and people are coming to really learn from them. So, I mean, that's something that I can envision.
How do we regain familial relationship and respect under the spirit, so to speak?
This is a big question for me personally, as well as I see in my community. I was speaking before a Hadassah group a couple of months ago. The women are in their 70s and 80s, largely. They're life members of Hadassah. Their Judaism means so much to them. And when I began to talk and ask them to really speak about their memory of, say, Hanukkahs, I heard such heartbreak in their talking about how their children don't live near them. Their children do not follow what they loved. They don't feel the connection of something that was so precious from their parents that they couldn't give to their children. And for many of us, of our generation, we don't even know why it means so much to us. I was once going to write a book about how to be a Jewish grandparent, specifically for a generation that didn't give to its children what was given to us. And I moved away from it, and I realized it was because I don't really have any answers to that. I'm saying that we have to reclaim ourselves and step into this time of life to learn as much as we can, having avoided the place of wisdom for so long, and then see if just by our model and by our example, our children turn to us. Because I really don't know how this is going to be passed on.